So you just dropped Marvin Used to Say.
Yeah, indeed, indeed,
You actually dropped it on the anniversary of the March of Washington.
indeed, I did.
So why did you feel the extreme need right now? It's like, use your voice for a song like this. Even when you watch the visualizer, you have a lot of, the black movement in there, the
Yeah,
leaders, things
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, with all this going on in the world, from the pandemic to you know, I feel like we're in a new millennial civil rights movement. Currently, you know what I mean. And once again, the goal is freedom, justice, and equality, not only for people of black and brown color, but all walks of life. You know what I mean. People are tired. The souls, it's enough is enough, and we're at that monumental point where the impact of change is such a high magnitude that so many historic things are taking place and will continue to take place. And although I'm talking about um, the evils or the things that are maybe not so um, so positive that still take place not only in this country but on the planet. It's also a celebration. It's a record that pays homage to Marvin Gaye. You know, the iconic song, What's Going On. The album just was just announced, number one album. Now,
Yeah, he surpassed the Beatles, right?
it surpassed the Beatles. So, I mean, even with the March, man, that wasn't planned. You know what I mean?
Oh, the release day?
Like the release date.
Oh, wow.
I was given a release date, and then it was like the March was like announced. You know what I mean? That it was the date. So it's like even like it's kind of like that organic thing happens. You know what I mean? Just it's so important to trust your gut. When it comes to your artistry and fight for the integrity of what your vision is in your head because it's all really manifesting right now. It's kind of like all right, Marvin. It's like Marvin's calling the plays right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, in my head, because as I'm looking at stuff, I was like, oh, this was a really dope rollout. The way with the visualizer, like I said, it happened to fall on the anniversary. But for you to say, like, it just happened to fall on that day, it wasn't necessarily planned. It's like you said, it was just meant to happen.
Yeah, it's manifesting definitely, man. It's very interesting. It's like every day a different call and something, another plot twist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like even the lyrics, one of the lyrics is like, "What's the use of still saying prayers if deaf ears they fall on?" You can kind of tell, like, just that almost like not defeat, but like just that, like just over it, just like what's going on, who can we call, with
Yeah,
everything going on.
yeah. It speaks to just the faith and the Most High, regardless of whatever your religion is. Like, your background. If you feel like this country is in disarray, the importance of going out to vote. Based on the leadership or the current leadership that we have. It's all relative and spoken about on this record, as well as acknowledging who I feel are our modern day frontline civil rights activists. You know what I mean? That are going out currently in Kentucky. Um, you know, still fighting a good fight for Breonna Taylor, and in the spirit of her name and her family as well.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I don't know. That's why I kind of feel like this coronavirus and stuff. Obviously, it's miserable. It sucks. Like, it changed the world. But I feel like it did allow more of a focus on, like you said, like a social movement and the civil rights. Because now,
Yeah,
like, a lot of stuff was taken away from us. So it's like we could pay attention. We could show up to protest more. We don't gotta be like, oh, I gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Coronavirus showed us that DJs still have the juice, right? It showed us that DJs have the juice. You know, um, you know, black culture, black music and the culture is the heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? It's of the culture. Has been. And DJ saved that. Music saved our lives during the coronavirus. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When you see hip hop culture, not just music across the board. When you see like the footage of like um in Brooklyn, New York, and then playing and everybody's like reciting Biggie, or you see like New York. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
pops.
Everybody's
They're
like
doing pop
reciting
smoke
like
in the protest. Yeah.
yeah, like it's just like it was just a dope time, man. And all that we go through. And it's one of the things I cover on the album is just like, you know, for us, this is just, I'm speaking as a person, as a black man. You know what I mean? It's for all the adversity that we um, encounter. You know what I mean? As a race of people, we still have to we celebrate it. We celebrate not the adversity, but we celebrate ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And still remain to be triumphant and pushing the narrative of not only black love, but love is period. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's I feel like what's it 528. It's the greatest frequency. You know what I'm saying? You can operate in. You know what I mean? So, onward, upward. And shout out to all our